Achoo!
Spid sneezed so loudly he nearly blasted his girlfriend Bid off her seat. Spid gulped.
That took me by surprise.
That took everyone by surprise,
Bid replied.
I was certainly very surprised,
Added Herman the harvestman,
which isn't a good thing, because I've got quite a headache.
The three friends sat together at the airport. They just had an exciting holiday in Olivetti, a beautiful country in southern Eurospidia. They'd done lots of walking. They'd travelled on many trains. They'd even gone for a few boat rides. Now it was time to go back to Spidland and home. After such a relaxing break, you'd think they'd be feeling fighting fit. But they weren't. Spid wasn't just sneezing, he was coughing too. In fact, he was coughing far more than he was sneezing. And if you've never heard a spidling cough, count yourself lucky. It's not nice. Bid wasn't feeling well either. She looked tired and pale. Spid didn't tell her this, of course. Bid could be a bit touchy about the way she looked. As for Herman, he looked awful. He looked so awful that other travellers at the airport refused to sit next to him.
Well, that's just bad manners,
Spid said.
Nothing wrong with us. I've never had a day's sickness in my life, and I'm not about to start now. Besides, we've just had a holiday.
And he started to cough again. Spid realised he was finding it quite hard to breathe. He began to feel hot too, so he drank a couple of bottles of ice-cold Arachnicola Light. The light version wasn't as tasty as ordinary Arachnicola, but at least it wouldn't give him wind. And thank goodness. The last thing anyone wants is to be trapped in an aeroplane with a windy spidling. As they took their seats for the flight home, Spid continued to cough. Bid now looked flushed, as if she had a high temperature. As for Herman, he was feeling a little short of breath, which he made sure to complain about. All in all, the three of them were very relieved to finally arrive back at Spidland Airport. But sadly, their problems had only just begun. Two officers were stopping passengers as they got off the plane. They were each dressed in a white body protection suit and wore a face mask and gloves.
What a very odd thing,
thought Spid. Even odder, the two officers seemed to be shining torches at each passenger. One of them shone one at Spid.
What are you doing?
Spid grumbled. Feeling poorly can make you grumbly.
It's broad daylight. Put that torch away.
It's not a torch, sir,
the officer replied.
It's an electric thermometer, and it seems you have a very high temperature.
The second officer pointed the thermometer at Bid.
So has this one,
he said.
I'll need to ask you both to come with me.